Hey there, Living Jetsetters. So we are in Cairo, Egypt, and today we are at the National Museum of Egyptian Civilization. It is in this museum where all the mummies are kept. Not one, but 22 of them. And I'm so eager to see the mummies. Let's go. The ticket for the entry is 200 Egyptian pounds. So we have just purchased our tickets and we're going to go inside to see the mummies. So the first stop of the museum is we're going to check out the royal mummies. Let's go, come on. So here at the museum, the mummies are on display. There are a total of 22 mummies. Unfortunately, photography or videography is not allowed, so we cannot show you that. But truly, it's an experience that you do not want to miss. So, to film and record the mummies, we then headed to the Egyptian Museum. The Egyptian Museum is the oldest archaeological museum in the Middle East and houses the largest collection of pharaonic antiquities in the world. Welcome to the Egyptian Museum here in the center of Cairo. So the Egyptian Museum is located right next to Tahrir Square, and this is one of the oldest museums here. So let's go and explore this museum. The museum is unique in its presentation of the whole history of the Egyptian civilization, especially of antiquities of the pharaonic and the Greco-Roman periods. So this is a statue of a Ptolemaic king. Well, the peculiarity of this pose is that the left leg is forward. So they always stand with the left leg forward, which is like a sign of royalty. So henceforth, for all my photos on Instagram, I'm going to stand with the left leg forward. So what you see in front of you is a casket, a sarcophagus. So basically a sarcophagus is in this way, wherein there's the upper part and there's the lower part of the sarcophagus, and the body is to be placed inside it of it, and then there's to close it and seal it off. So here we have two sarcophaguses, one big and one small. Well, I guess royalty decided what size of casket or the sarcophagus that you would get once you die, and this is all made of stone. So guys, we have actually spotted a mummy right now, and we can actually film the mummy. So here is actually a mummy in front of you. And if you bring the camera closer, you can actually see the feet of the mummy. So here at the Egyptian Museum, it basically covers a lot of eras. So, and that can be depicted also on the caskets of the mummies or the pharaohs, because in the early eras the caskets were pretty simple. But if we move on here, in the late eras, some of the caskets actually had beautiful inscriptions and some paintings on it. So as the era progressed, I guess you could say the caskets became fancy too. So this section of the museum depicts the various pottery tools used in their era. And look at that, that's pretty cool. That's probably they must have used that dice to play Ludo at that time. Maybe not Ludo, some other game, but that's pretty cool. Dice made of stone. And some of these tools, some of these pots or vessels that you say, is actually made of marble stone. Well, I think this looks like the Bronze Age because there's a lot of metal involved here. So to be in that time must have been pretty fancy because you have your pots and pans. So just for the knowledge of some of you people who do not know why mummification was done. So mummification was done because in ancient Egypt people believed that the soul could repossess the body in the afterlife. That's the reason why they used to preserve the body so that one day the soul could reanimate the body. And along with that, they used to actually keep the possessions of that person who was to be mummified so that he could use it in his afterlife. So that's the real reason for mummification, and that's why so many mummies you find. Right behind me is actually a real mummy. Now just to let you guys know how the mummification process was done is, there's to make a hole in the chest cavity and there's to remove the organs out, including the heart, liver, etc. But after cleaning, purifying them with herbs, spices, etc., they used to place the heart back inside the body because they believe that the heart is the soul of the body. And once they were done with that, they used to wrap it with linen and herbs and spices and fully bandaged up, I would say. And there you go, you have a mummy. And now a very interesting fact. It was not only the human bodies that were mummified, it was also because they believed so much in the afterlife that they didn't want their loved ones to go hungry. They used to actually mummify meat and other poultry, etc., and place them in this kind of jars. So as you can see, this is actually some mummified lamb so that the person could eat and be well nourished in his afterlife. Well, that looks like some tangdi kebab. And here we have a small baby mummy. Well, I had a great day exploring both the museums here in Cairo, and I would definitely say it's not something that you should miss. It's always nice to learn a bit of history also. If you like this video guys, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. It costs nothing. So hit that subscribe button right away. Until we meet again, see ya.